Hello, this is Sarah Brash. Welcome back to my channel. So I want to do a quick video about something that Peter Thiel said that everybody was sort of like going a little bit nuts over on X. And so I think he was being interviewed by Barry Weiss on the FP, the Free Press. And so he said something that people were just like, huh? Like kind of scratching their heads. And I think I understand it. And so I just wanted to give my quick take on it. And so what he said is he said that the last presidential campaign that really exploited identity politics was Barack Obama's in 2008 because that was pre-internet age. And then everybody was like, what? 2008, that wasn't pre-internet age. And also Barack Obama was like, the internet presidential campaign, like the first presidential campaign that probably really exploited the internet to affect his campaign. So like everybody was kind of like scratching their heads, like, what is Peter Thiel talking about? And at first I thought, oh, he means pre-social media, but he doesn't, because of course Barack Obama was like the Facebook presidential campaign president. So that can't be what Peter Thiel means either, but I think I understand exactly what he means. And also I, at the time, well, after Barack Obama was elected president in 2008, and after that, I graduated from Fordham Law School in New York City in the spring of 2009. And then in the summer of 2009, I took the bar exam. And then right after I took the bar exam, I left for France. And so I was going to France to work with Soumises, which is this fierce women's rights organization primarily comprised of Muslim immigrant women from the banlieue or the suburbs, the ghettoized, predominantly Muslim immigrant suburbs surrounding the major cities of France. And so they're a fierce women's rights organization. And so I really love them. They're a secular organization, but they're primarily comprised of Muslim immigrant women from these communities. And so basically what they say is well, they don't really exist anymore, which is kind of heartbreaking. It's really truly the end of an era. So what they say is they say that they stand with their communities to fight against racism, but they just condemn, the egregious violence perpetrated against women and girls in these communities. And they say that they are, uncompromising in their stance that women's rights are universal human rights. And they're also uncompromising in their stance, that we only have freedom of religion because we have freedom from religion and we have a secular government. And they are completely committed to, free and unfettered access to the public space, an egalitarian public space, and that's part and parcel of your citizenship. And so I really loved everything that they stood for, which is why I went to go work with them for a year. So anyway, so I actually went out to the Cité and the suburbs, the housing projects, and I went out to these communities where the riots had taken place in 2007 and 2010. And I interviewed all of the women and girls in these communities about their access to their sexual and reproductive health care and rights. And so when I went to France to work with Soumises, they asked me to give a talk including to French government officials about Barack Obama's presidential campaign and how he had used Facebook and used social media and used the internet to win, and in 2008. And so I did that, and obviously I did a great deal of research first, and I actually gave the talk in French, believe it or not. I used to be able to speak French, but anyway, so I know something about what Peter Thiel is talking about, and I think that what he was trying to say is he was trying to say that that it's not that it was pre-internet, but what he was trying to say, and he did say this, is that it was a point in time where you could still, go to one group of persons in person and talk to them and say like, oh, I'm a Black guy and I really care, go and talk to Black people and say, I really care about, whatever issues that you care about. And then you could go to, in person, you could go to a group that's predominantly white people and you could say, oh, I really believe like in MLK Jr.'s vision of a colorblind society, and that, maybe like the federal Civil Rights Act should protect white people as much as it protects Black people, and to talk about unity. And so you could do this, and he's right about that. And then what he meant by calling it a pre-internet age is that when you did that, it didn't immediately become a viral video on Twitter or X or Facebook or Instagram. That's what he meant. It's not that it was pre-internet, it's not even that it's pre-social media, but it was a point in time where you could still in person go and talk to a community and tell that community one thing, and then talk to a different community and tell that community something else. And you wouldn't immediately be exposed as a hypocrite and a liar and a fraud and a bigot on social media the way that you would today. That's what Peter Thiel meant. And I think that that's true. I think that that's true, actually. And so that's what he meant by saying that that was the last campaign where you could get away with real identity politics. And so what he meant, and I don't think that's what most people either, I don't think that's what most people mean when they use the term identity politics, but I think what Peter Thiel was trying to say by using the term identity politics, and I wouldn't have used the term in this way, but I think what Peter Thiel was trying to say is that it was a point in time where in person you could still go to different communities and tell them different messages, and you wouldn't be immediately exposed as a hypocrite in a viral video on social media. You can no longer do that. That is true. I still think that obviously, identity politics was exploited to poor effect by the Democrats in this, in 2024, in 2020, and in 2016. And, so obviously I do not think that Barack Obama's 2008 presidential campaign was the last presidential campaign that exploited identity politics by any means. But I think that is exactly what I think Peter Thiel was trying to say when he said that, when he was talking to Barry Weiss of the Free Press. And I don't think that's wrong. I think that's correct. I just think that he was being a little free and loose with calling it a pre-internet age. He just wasn't being very precise with his use of language, and also saying that's what identity politics is. But I do understand the point that he was trying to make, and I don't think his point was wrong. I think his point was correct. So that's what I think Peter Thiel was trying to say. But anyway, I'm gonna make, I think, one more video tonight before I go to bed, and I love you all so much, and I hope you're all doing great, and I love you all so much, and I'm gonna make videos all the time again. Now I'm gonna get back to making videos all the time again. I'm so excited. So I will talk to you all again very soon. Okay, bye.